Hello everyone, and welcome to what is probably the biggest surprise in recent history, excluding every other thing in recent history, and that is episode 2 of the College Survival Guide. At least it's a surprise to me because my attention span is not good at all, and I should be moving on to spearfishing by my calculations, but apparently it's stuck around, so here it is, episode 2. Today we'll be discussing move-in day. Move-in day may be one of the most stressful times you will have in college because you'll be moving all your stuff into a new building with a bunch of people you don't know at the moment, and your parents will be there. They'll help a lot with the physical stuff if they are there. They won't help so much with the stress because they'll be nitpicking you. They'll be like, did you forget this? Did you forget that? Which doesn't help at all because if you did forget it, it's too late. So they just need to stop it. But yes, hopefully with these tips though, moving day will be a lot less stressful for you, and you'll also get through it a lot faster. First of all, before you even move in, make sure that you've contacted your roommates beforehand, earlier on this summertime. Uh, Send a list amongst yourselves seeing who's going to bring what. You don't need a lot of TVs in your room. This seems to happen a lot with guys. You'll have rooms with 8,000 TVs and there's only 3 people living in it, because this is from bad communication. You really only need one, but at the same time with video games nowadays, you might want to have one per person if you're into video games and you're going to hog it. But otherwise, one TV is enough. You don't need one for everybody in the room. But yes, make sure you see who's bringing what. If someone's bringing a refrigerator, what video game systems. If somebody needs a pony, you really only need one of those two, those in TVs. But yes, you don't need you do not want to have duplicates if you can avoid it because your room's going to be small, and the more stuff you have in it, the smaller it's going to get. So make sure you contact them beforehand. It seems girls do this a lot better than guys because I have been in a lot of guys' rooms, and yeah, they have the whole 8,000 TV set up, and it's cool, but the room is like this small. The girls' rooms seem to be a lot more organized, like they actually thought out ahead of time, we only need one TV and only one refrigerator, and they do it, and it's nice, but they're better at it than us, and again, 8,000 TVs, not the worst thing in the world. But yes, make sure you contact them ahead of time. Another thing you need to plan out ahead of time is when you're going to move in and how you're going to move in. Depending on the time of day you come in, it could be very, very crowded, or it could be not so crowded. If you get there first thing in the morning, before anybody else, you'll get a nice parking space. You'll be able to get some of your stuff in before a lot of other people come, and it's really nice. I'd suggest first thing in the morning. If you cannot do this, later at night is a good idea, around 6 or 7 o'clock. There will still be a decent amount of people moving in, but the majority of people usually come in around about 10 to 1. These are really made up numbers. This just seems from my experience that's about the time a lot of people are moving in. Do not move in during these times. It'll be a nightmare. It will be very difficult. Though I guess some people would have to move in during those times, because otherwise the other times become nightmares as well. Another thing you want to plan ahead with your roommates is who's going to move in when, or if you're going to move in at the same time. If you do a simultaneous move-in, it's good in the sense that you can look around the room, decide where the beds are going to go, where the desks are going to go, and they're going to be empty. There's not going to be anything in the room, and it's nice. But at the same time, you will have 2 people moving at the same time, or 3, or maybe even 4, and it will be very, very crowded. So that is a big minus against it. If you do a staggered move-in, and with one person moving in at like 9, another at 10, another at 11, less people will be moving at the same time. But if you decide to rearrange the furniture later, you will have stuff in your drawers, stuff underneath your beds, stuff in boxes. It'll be a mess, but it's a little nicer. Or what you can do, if you plan well ahead of time, you can do a simultaneous move-in where all of you move in at the same time, but only one person has the stuff being moved in at one time. You help each other move one person's stuff in. When they're done, they help another person, and when they're done, they help another person. One person moving at one time with a lot of hands makes it really easy. You can move this furniture around, without stuff in it, so it has the advantage of simultaneous movement. It also helps with staggered movement, so I would suggest doing this. A little note, if you happen to live within about 30 minutes of your college, there is no need to actually move in on move-in day if you don't want to. You can wait 5 or 6 days to do the actual move-in and just bring a couple of sets of clothes, linens for your bed, bathroom supplies, and yeah, in 5 or 6 days, go back to your house, get your stuff, and come back. Move in when no one else is moving in. It'll make everything a lot easier because you waited. A note on picking beds when you move in. If you know ahead of time that you're gonna be out late, or if you know ahead of time that you're gonna be coming in early and going to bed, pick your bed, pick where you're gonna sleep depending on that. Some people like sleeping next to the window, but or the door, but depending on your night schedules, you should really pick stuff based on that. If you're gonna be coming in late, pick the bed closest to the door. Otherwise, you're gonna have to walk past people coming in, and it might wake them. And it also puts you next to the light switch. So if you need to turn it on, you can put it up, turn it on, and turn it off earlier. And again, if you're going to be going to bed early, take the bed furthest away from the door so you're not disturbed as much by people coming in at like 3 o'clock in the morning. A general note on clothes. Don't bring your winter clothes. There is no need to bring your winter clothes for the initial move-in day because it is still summertime and winter clothes will take up a lot of room in your car. They'll be heavy, they'll be annoying to move. Just don't do it. But at the same time, do bring at least 1 or 2 extra sets of winter clothes just in case the weather decides to go a little crazy and make it snow in August. And because if you don't plan ahead, you will be freezing. And also, what you do is mid late October, go home. You'll have your parents come down because it's a parents' weekend around there usually, and have them bring your winter's clothes and give them your summer clothes. But make sure that you don't give away all your summer clothes because in case the weather decides to be, sometimes it's nice. But if it decides to make it 90 degrees in December, just be prepared for all the seasons at all time, but try to keep the minimum of the wrong season with you. Now, unfortunately, if you happen to live very far away, you can't do this, and you will have to ha- go through the hassle of bringing down your winter clothes. If you happen to live in California schools in Maine, you probably have to bring everything at once. But if not, now to the actual move-in process. First of all, clothes. All the clothes you bring that you're eventually going to put on hangers, put them on hangers before you actually move from your house. This makes it incredibly easy for the actual moving. What you do is you put everything on the hangers, and then when you put them in the car, and my stuff in my room is always broken. But you need to see a hanger because you might not know what one is. But anyway, hanger. Move everything in on hangers, and like I said, everything's broken. Note on hangers. Walmart is great to buy a bunch of cheap hangers for like $1 if you don't mind the whole evil corporation business. But again, it's Walmart, so it's Walmart quality. So hangers are important. So treat them like newborns that you paid $1 for. So don't worry about it. Get new ones if you have to. But yeah, yes, put them in your car. Put them on the hangers that are already in the car, or little doohickeys. I don't know if they're car. The hooks. Put them on the hooks. When you get to college, you just pick them up. You go into your room and you deposit them in the closet. It's simple. It's fast. It's nice. If you bring a lot of clothes on hangers, you can even get the rolling hanger racks that you just push in, put in your room. If your closet's big enough, you can keep it. If it's not, your parents can take it back with them.